Buddy healed, and the all-important low-key role of court jester postgame Toronto Raptors was at least the third time healed had intersected a Butler scrum. Check the 5-2 mark of this one from postgame Sacramento Kings on March 13th. Full transcript can be found in the comments of the video. And the 5:53 mark of this one postgame Detroit Pistons on March 10th, where Jimmy challenged Buddy to an impromptu spelling bee, not only in the locker room, but also on the court. Draymond Green and Jimmy seem to have had free license to yell at Buddy, and the thing about Buddy, he never takes it personal and he's literally always smiling. My old Filipino team had a guy like that, Dax Legaspi. He was our center, sometimes out of control with his right-hand drive and fade go-to move, but nevertheless a big presence inside at like 6'3", and quite mobile. I remember one time me and my point guard, Randy Tagle, who was the reckless fill-in version of Rajon Rondo, we couldn't shake a bad loss against a team we should have beaten. We were doing the shoulda-woulda-coulda thing at Dax's house after the game, and finally Dax just smiled and said, don't worry about it, fellas. We'll get him next time. Dax was always the guy that would try to find something funny about the game to point out. Maybe it was how Neil Nicholas contorted his body for a layup. Maybe it was how Tagle broke the ankles of some defender. He just loved laughing, which was obviously great when they won. But after a stinging loss, we'll get them next time was such a preposterous notion to gamers like Randy and me. Dude, it was a tournament. We might never match up against that squad again, and hell yeah, we're gonna get him next time. But we wanted to revel in our anger and regret. We were young. We didn't know any better, and ball was life. Now that I look back at it, Dax, who was easily our fifth option back in the day, he was right. He wasn't right necessarily because of wisdom, but he just happened to have the right attitude in that moment, which was that he hardly ever got mad at anything and could easily move on. And so you see the type of personality Buddy has. I don't know if this was part of the Mike Dunleavy Jr. calculus in acquiring healed, but I think he's a key piece of the chemistry in a different way, and you just don't necessarily see this on the court. He keeps it light no matter what. That might be good enough to keep him after this season despite the shooting numbers, at 36.8% on threes, currently his second worst of his career, the first being 2021-22 in Indiana when he only played 26 games. And even if Kuminga's extension winds up pushing the franchise into the second apron. Here are the interviews and transcripts from Warriors Raptors, which include Quinton Post, Brandon Podziemski, Steve Kerr, Draymond, and Jimmy with a little dash of Buddy. 0 o'clock, what was your vantage point when Steph fell? Did you hear it? 03 BRANDINPODZIEN this KI. I think we all heard it. Obviously, you don't want to see anybody go down like that, but especially you got Steph, who brings so much to our squad, just gonna have to be the next man up mentality if he's out Saturday. Gonna have to deal with it. It is when it is. Like I said, you don't want to see anybody go down like that. 0-22, and then what do you think of the way you guys were able to respond afterwards? 0-25, yeah, I think we just ramped it up a little bit. We were able to kind of fight back and hold the lead there in the fourth quarter. Obviously, they made it close towards the end, but we really locked in on defense and only gave up 22 points in the previous 3 quarters they had 30 plus, so just locking in on that end. 0-49, the second game back for you, and how do you feel? 0-55, close to 100%. Like I said last game, everything you do on a basketball court goes through your back, so just having that trust factor. I know physically I'm 100%, but the mental hurdle of feeling like you can move how you want to move, I'm still getting there. So hopefully a good session tomorrow, and on Saturday, I'm kind of back to trusting it 100%. 120, Quintien Post. How y'all doing? Sam, Gordon, what's up? 124, hey, when you are a 7-footer, true 7-footer, who can shoot 3-pointers, how do you project where your career can go with this kind of skill set? 132, sorry, one more time, how do I? 134, how do you project as a 7-footer with this kind of 3-point shot? Where do you hope your career can go? 139, I just hope to stay in the league for a long time. I hope to stay with the Warriors for a really long time. Yeah, it's kind of just modern basketball. Everybody has to be able to do a little bit of everything right now. I'm seeing a lot of success with shooting the 3 ball, so whatever it takes to win, I'm all for it.